What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Moose Milk Podcast. This is episode 60. Episode 60. This is your homeless host. I didn't shave, so I look homeless. Ryan, waiting for Matt to join us. But, yeah, hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's had a good week despite the world circumstances going on right now. Not a great week for Earth. But outside of that, hope everybody's doing well. Matt's joined us. I don't like that it pops up in this camera now instead of popping up as an invite, but you know. Let's hope that worked. Instagram changing shit every fucking week here.
Son?
Hi, buddy.
Hey, what up?
Well, you know, just the typical life.
Typical life. Cool.
Typical life.
I'm trying to raise my camera up a little bit more here.
Yeah, I just played with mine, but there's no good angles. I look terrible regardless, so it's just like whatever.
Oh, my friend. I'd say one of the hardest things about doing this YouTube thing is that it's like making a video and being like, oh my God. Yeah, it's just like, I showed Kate the video I posted today, the Jedi Pool one, and she was like, she's like, you kind of need to like look around more. I'm like, I'm fucking working on it. Like, to get like that like minute of footage, I seriously took like over 200 takes. Like, it was just like, it's stupid.
It's awkward as fuck to talk to yourself in a room.
It's so awkward. And you feel dumb. You feel so dumb.
I agree. Totally. Like, I have the exact same issue.
Like, even doing it when I was in the house alone, like when Kay went to her parents that week.
Yeah.
I still felt like a fucking idiot. So. Oh, there's good questions. So, yeah. Lasagna boys.
Is it lasagna or is it lasagna?
Oh, I thought it was Lasagna Boys.
I would love Lasagna Boys. Can you bring all the Lasagna Boys to my house?
I'm going to change my name to Lasagna Boys, I think.
We should start a band called Lasagna Boys.
We should. He said, what do you guys do for a living? And if you're currently in a relationship or marriage, was it hard finding someone who accepts your figure collection?
Well, I'm in retail. I work in a grocery store in Canada. I work on midnights, so I'm very tired all the time. That's why this timing works out at 1 a.m. because this is my normal uptime. But yeah, don't work in retail. It's not ideal.
I think retail is for a specific. It's not for everybody. I say, right? I always say that.
No,
In multiple ways, because I know you don't really love dealing with the customer side of it, but you are a certain way that makes you good at what you do. Like, even if you don't like it.
I'm great at the work part of it. I'm not great at the customer service side of part of it, but that's just because I'm old and bitter and I've done it for 20 plus years and I know how people are. And people are generally just not great to deal with in a retail setting. So,
I also work in the grocery industry. That's actually how Ryan and I know each other.
Yeah.
I work at head office. I oversee a bunch of grocery stores in British Columbia, Canada. So, yeah, my job's sweet, though. And I'm the opposite. Like, when I get to go and work in stores, like when we open new stores, I leave my office job and I go and work in stores for, 6 weeks. And it's like, I really enjoy that because I love to handle customers. It's like probably my favorite part of the job. So whereas like I'm the opposite of Ryan, like I'm really good like with the people part, like on like the customer service part, but I'm like not useless, but like I'm not what you would achieve to be at like a production level. So like if I was stocking shelves, Ryan could probably do 10 times more than I could in an 8-hour shift because it's just like that's not my strength. That's just not my strength. I'm not. You're on
the finesse side where I'm on the production side.
And I'll do the production. Like I have no problem rolling my sleeves up, but it's just like I always tell everyone like don't use me as the example because I'm not. Like it's just I'm not. It's not my strong suit. So
no.
everybody has their strengths and weaknesses, and mine is
Yeah.
the customer service side, and yours is the business work side. So it's no big deal.
I forgot I was gonna take my edible. What's
Oh,
up,
yeah.
Brophy time?
What's up, buddy?
And in regards to finding somebody that is into your collection, that's a cool question. So like my collection grew to this level with my wife present. So like she didn't have to like accept it. She watched it get out of control and is like, I want to kill myself. No, I'm just kidding. No, she's considering the amount of shit I have, and then like, you know, we share this little office where like I have a tiny work desk and she has a little bit bigger of a desk. She's a writer. But like my desk is like, there's always toys on it. So it's like all my projects that are currently on it, I always have like a wall of toys in front of me just as like inspiration. And like, it's kind of the newest things I have. I always have toys that I haven't opened. Like, hang on, let me eat this edible.
Yeah, man,
Check this. So this is my work desk. There's toys, projects that I'm working on. Look, I got custom by Nacho stickers today. And pins.
Yeah, you did.
And then, yeah, so more toys, more projects. And then I have toys over there that I need to open. And then
it's great, man.
All of those. So, yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's a busy office, but I mean, you do a lot of customization. You need that kind of space and you need that kind of room. And of course, you got a lot of stuff going on at the same time. So.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah. I understand why she hates it. Like, she doesn't grill me about it, which is good. But I know she doesn't love it. That's for sure.
Yeah, but she's pretty cool overall. That like, you know what? Most women aren't like super pumped about that anyway. Regardless, I don't think any chick's like, yeah, I love having a room full of action figures. It's great.
Yeah.
You know, she's pretty cool in that regards. But me, I'm single, so I don't have to worry about it. I got my own house. I can do whatever I want with it. Literally, I can just put shit wherever I want. And I could paint the house black and get rid of all my windows and brick them. It doesn't matter.
I don't go to school and not kill people. Whatever. I do what I want.
I do what I want with my hot body. But yeah, I got like about 1,500 Blu-ray discs in one room, and then as you can see, I'm slowly building out this shelf behind me with Lego. So yeah, no, it doesn't matter. I can do whatever I want. It's great.
That's so funny. For some reason, I can't like scroll back to comment. So if I happen to miss anything that passes me, I'll try to catch it.
I saw
especially tonight because we don't really have a topic, so I figure it might be a good time to just everybody chat.
Yeah, no, Brophy Time was asking us what our topic is tonight. We don't have a topic. We're just going to talk with Chad and discuss whatever we want to discuss in the meantime, in between, and talk about some stuff we've been watching. Matt had a busy week at work, and I had a non-busy week at doing literally nothing. So I watched a shit ton of stuff. So we can talk about that kind of thing, and then next week will be Batman. So
next week will be Batman. I almost
that will be our Batman
shirt tonight, and I was like, I'll save
it for next week. I was going to do the same thing.
I wore my movie shirt tonight.
Oh, I love it. It's great, man. Let's talk about it. No problem. I appreciate the questions. Thanks for hanging out in the chat, man.
Oh, no, I'm not getting any questions now. That's a drag.
I'll pay attention. No worries.
Okay. I can't see anybody who's in and out or anything either, so my apologies if I miss anything.
Brophy Time asked, have you done any 3D printing for customs?
No, I don't have the space, so I just I don't know how to digitally sculpt, and then I just don't have room for it, so.
You're working with another customizer, right, to get your 3D heads and stuff?
Yeah, I have a few friends who have them, and I have a friend who's aspiring to do better with it, and he's pretty good when he puts his mind to shit, so I feel like anytime I ever need something, like I have it. Like my buddy Stranded Customs, he like knows how to print stuff. He's not super great with like the design of it yet, but like I bought some like a file for like drum kits and mic stands. So that way when I do my Blink figures, I can do like a little stage diorama and have them all playing on it. Yeah,
that's awesome.
So yeah, so it's like I know people that can print for me, so it's just it's fine. So I don't know. I don't really have the desire to. I feel like it's not the same when you're like sculpting on an iPad versus like putting your hands in like a proxy,
right.
You know?
Yeah.
So
no, I get that for sure.
Yeah.
So, I finished my Lego.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was fast.
Yeah, I did this one really quick.
How many
I watched
pieces
the
was
shit on the
that?
TV and just fucking hammered away at it. So,
How many pieces was that?
like 11 something.
Okay.
So it's not that big, but
Yeah, it's not that
as you
big.
can
It
see,
looks
it's
good though.
the Friends, the Central Perk from Friends.
Nice.
Pretty
You don't
cool.
have the apartment, do you?
Yeah, I'm building it right now.
Oh, nice. Nice. That's pretty cool.
I haven't revealed anything yet, but that'll be next week's reveal. I'm slowly chipping away at it.
Sweet.
Yeah. So, yeah, and then I got
How many more do you have left? Like to
2 after that. I got
Two
the Seinfeld apartment set, Jerry's apartment, and then I have a Sonic the Hedgehog set they recently released. That's a stage from the original Sonic the Hedgehog in Lego.
Cool.
So
I remember you sending me that.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
The Sonic one.
There's a couple coming out in like April and May, I think, that I'm going to pick up too. So I'll keep chipping away at them. Slowly build this thing out.
Which ones are you looking at?
There's a one from the Horizon video game I've been playing. It's a big robot dinosaur out of Lego. Basically kind of like a Brachiosaurus, except it's called a tall neck in the game. It has like a flat head, and it looks really cool. And then there was another one I saw. I can't remember if it was Star Wars or Marvel that looked pretty cool, but
nice.
Yeah, I'm keeping my eye out for new shit that drops and going from there.
If I see anything that I think appeals to you, I'll shoot it your way.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
I end up seeing stuff just because of some people I follow on Instagram. So
yeah. Brophy Time says, I think the latest Marvel Legends mold for the Marvel Legends Silver Surfer is like the perfect mold for customs.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I like that one. It's a good one. I use it a lot. I'm using it for this one, mostly.
Nice.
So, yeah.
What did you think of all the new toy drops that happened over the weekend?
It was so good. There's so much good stuff.
I was really, the Marvel ones look like shit to me, but
yeah,
I don't have an eye for it.
The Marvel ones aren't super impressive to me. They're just like, if I envisioned this is in no way to throw shade, because I actually think that they are still probably not the best value for the price, but they're still my favorite line to collect, or one of my favorite lines to collect. But It's just like, everything was just like exactly how I would have expected it to look. Like nothing really like surprised me. Like
they just seem really, really bland to me. Like really, like I don't know, the paint on it and everything. Like nothing really stood out where I was like, oh wow, that looks really cool. Like it was just like, hey, we slapped some gray on this motherfucker. Here you go. And it was like, all right, well,
yeah, it's not bad. It's just whatever. I don't know.
Like your Deadpool one from today. I'm like, well, that looks like fucking beautiful. And I'm like, why can't we get something like colorful like that looks like nice? Like, I don't know.
That's what you get when you spend more money. Like that's kind of like the catch, right? Like Marvel Legends, which are the ones that the Hasbro ones, they're like, well, I mean, now for us, they're like $40, which is still a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot for an action
figure. The import figures are like, I think Deadpool's like $100 or something like that, Canadians probably. So,
is there like a lower tier than that even?
Yes,
like
there's lower tiers
Marvel Legends.
Yes, there is. Yeah, but you don't really get the character selection, and the quality is not as good. I shouldn't say the quality is not as good. They just don't move as. They're like more limited articulation. Like instead of having like, double jointed knees, double jointed elbows, it might have like a single joint that like can swivel. Like it's
right.
It's like more dumbed down. So if you're just putting them on a shelf, it probably wouldn't really matter though. Like if you're not gonna have like dynamic, But if your idea is like, I want to have some fun posing these fuckers, then I wouldn't recommend them.
No, I'm just thinking my nephew eventually is gonna want fucking action figures, and I'll just buy him a bunch of bullshit.
Those are a good one. Those are a good choice.
He'll be 2 in May, and like he'll just eat them and bite off their heads right now. So it's like,
I get it.
See you, Lasagna boys. Appreciate you coming by. Thanks for hanging out.
Lasagna boys, you're still here. Thanks for joining us.
So you didn't watch anything this week, eh?
No, not really. I just basically watched my usual YouTube stuff, which was just like my toy
podcasts and shit.
Yeah. So that was it. I didn't get to anything. I only got a couple nights of customizing in, and one of the nights I was live, so I wasn't watching anything. And the other night, I think I was watching you. I think I was like catching up on my like Stephen Colbert and my Seth Meyers stuff. So
Gotcha. How did your live go? I only could pop in for like 20 minutes. Anybody that's
Live
not
was
following
long.
Matt, you need to go over and follow him on YouTube.
Yeah, live
Customers
was
by Matt
long.
too.
It was 3 hours.
No, that's
And,
I popped in near the end there, but seemed like you had a bunch of people there.
Yeah. I was working on this guy. I'm just making this guy's mullet. Look at this guy's mullet.
It's great, man. I love a good mullet.
Me too. And his shoulder dildos.
No, that looks cool, man.
Yeah, so I'm almost finished. I'm going to probably sculpt a bit on him tonight and call him ready for paint. So
Nice.
moving right along. I have one more project after the ones that I'm pumping out right now, and then I'm taking a break and doing my shelves.
Rightfully so, you need a break.
Which is good because I keep getting more stuff. Like I just got these. I found these at Toys R Us the other day. It's the Ninjetti Rangers.
Oh, sweet God. When you start buying Ninjetti Rangers, you got a problem, bud.
They were always on my radar. I just didn't know how fast we would get them. I figured we would get them eventually, but it's funny though because I was saying to Elvin from Astonishing News and Reviews today, I was like, it's funny how like when the Power Rangers line first came out, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get just the Mighty Morphin related stuff. That's it, right?
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, like they started showing Zeo stuff, and I was like, Zeo's kind of Mighty Morphin related because it's kind of like the next
iteration.
So I was like, I'll just get the Zeo team. I won't get any of the bad guys for Zeo. And I still committed to that. So that's good. But then like the Ninjetti suits came out and I was like, like that is still Mighty Morphin and it's a look I like. And then like if they ever do the movie suits from the first movie that came out, I would buy those too. And then if they ever did the Alien Rangers, which were the very last stretch of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series, where they were all kids, and the Alien Rangers came from another planet to like take their place in lieu of them, I'd probably buy those guys too.
That's too much for me. That's
it's a lot.
Outside of the first iteration, I'm out on the Power Rangers.
They're just really fun figures. Like they're good.
Oh yeah, no,
they're super fun to play with.
It's like a comic book or it's like a fucking video game. Like there's just weirdly designed villains and like cool looking suits and shit. Like it's perfect.
Yeah, that's great.
So last week I didn't talk about that movie I Want You Back with Charlie Day. I forgot to mention it, but it's like a romantic comedy. It's really good, really funny. I enjoyed it a lot. I recommend it.
Who else is in it? Is there anybody else I would know in it or no?
No, the girl in it, I recognize her, but I don't know what she's from. I didn't look it up, but it's funny, man. Like the first half of it's more of a comedy, and then the second half is more kind of a romance. But I laughed a lot. It was funny. It's worth checking out.
Nice, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So anybody that hasn't watched it, it's on Prime Video. It's with your Prime.
Sweet.
Prime.
That's cool.
Thing. What's up, bud?
A little finny fin. So yeah, I got these in the mail today. We can just kind of bounce back and forward. I like this. I like this no topic kind of thing.
Yeah, man.
So I got these cool hologram ones. Ooh.
I like that a lot.
Me too. And then this one's clear. You just like it's on a white back, but when you take the white backing off, it's all clear.
Oh, nice.
Like the white Customs by Nachu stays there, but the dots are just you just see the dots and
right. You see right through it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then this one, I haven't peeled one of these yet. They came in literally like an hour ago.
Nice.
And then I got these super cool fucking little buttons. It reminded me of being in a band again.
I was just gonna say it totally reminds me of you being back in a band. Like this is fucking wild.
Right now,
next to the shirt.
Everything is like pushing those enamel pins, you know, those like, you know what I'm talking about when I say an enamel pin? Yeah. So like those are like the hot button right now. And I was like, I'm going to bring back the 1-inch button.
Yeah, man. Like it just reminds me of Warped Tour.
Reminds me of the Gino A. Marcus.
Yeah, well, that too. Yeah.
All our punk shows.
So. You going to a toy show on Sunday? BC Sasquatch Man asks.
No, I'm not. No. I'm not at the point where I'm ready to go into big crowds again still. Like I'll kind of reserve those, like I'll do it for the movies and stuff like that. But even when I go to a movie, I keep my mask on and shit. I just don't. Yeah. Not quite there yet. So.
Hey, nothing wrong with that, man.
But I should check out one of those toy shows though. Maybe see if
I really
wants to go and Do like a
I would
joint
really love
thing.
to go to like Fan Expo with you, either in Vancouver or Toronto, one of these times.
That'd be fun.
Just fucking, we can hand out all your buttons and shit and fucking market it through that way.
Yeah, that would be very cool. I'd be down with that for sure. Yeah, I need to get like some cool business card. Well, I know business cards are kind of lame, but something.
You need that new logo on a business card.
Yeah. These guys, the one of the guys that I follow, like their podcast, Toying Around, when they went to Designer Con in California, they got these like cute, wireless, almost like a tap business card. So like you could like basically just like tap it, or people could like scan it, I think, or something, and then like all of your contacts would show up in their phone, kind of thing.
Oh, nice.
That's fucking so cool.
Yeah, that's real cool, man. Look into that.
I need to get one of those. That'd be fucking dope.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, I think the next step is you got to get t-shirts.
Kate said I should get t-shirts. The problem is like right now I'm just spending a lot of money, and I'm just like, I need to stop spending some money. I need to like I'm not even doing commissions this year. Like I think I have 3 commissions this year, and it's not that I can't get them. I don't have time. Like I've overextended myself. So.
Well, and you're working a lot anyway, so you got to have some free time for yourself. Like,
I'm trying to point this working. I'm looking down. Yes, I know, yeah. But I don't know. I'm gonna see if like I'm gonna push commissions next year. So like I'm doing a lot of swaps this year with friends. So I'm gonna take a step back from that next year and do like put a lot of focus on on commissions, and then that way I can do. Like I've been wanting to do like custom packaging too. I think that would be really cool. It's like get a box with like those, like that foam in it. Then I could just cut it to like fit whatever's going in it.
Yeah. That'd be awesome, dude.
Something like that would be pretty cool to do. And then I also got a design for packing tape. So it's like I could get it printed on packing tape, and it's just a continuous, all the logos, just kind of scattered.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like we're gonna open a store called Customs by Matthew one day. And it's just gonna be a store of all your figures. But they're gonna be like really high end, fancy shit. It's gonna be like
imagine I'm just working in the back sweating. I have I'm just bones. I'm just like
Deadpool with like studded diamonds in them or something, and we can sell it for like 10 grand.
I like it. Start selling art pieces. Yeah.
See, Sasquatch Man says, I have one of those pixel things. I don't know what they're called. It gives all my amazing links.
Oh, cool. I should look into that. I'm sure there's some pretty cool stuff like that if I actually looked into it. Yeah, no,
I mean, tech is crazy now, so I'm sure you can get pretty fancy shit, but just if you want to spend the money,
It's more just cool because, like, to me, something like a card that you could just, like, tap on someone's phone and then, like, everything comes up on their phone. Like, not only is that different than just like giving someone your phone number and email, but it's like I know if somebody ever came up to me at a toy show and did that, like I would remember that because I'd be like, man, one time I was here and this guy just came up and he was like, "Pah!" and all of a sudden, all his shit was up, and I'm just like, whoa.
First impression, yeah.
What? Mind blown.
Exactly. No, it's really cool, man. I'm excited. I think you got a lot of cool shit going on, so. Next couple years are going to be great for you.
I've been tracking my YouTube, and I'm trying to get to 100 followers by next week, by Monday.
You can do it.
I'm only 14 shy, so I think that's a realistic. I think that's a realistic push. I'm going to try.
I was a little off on my number guess, but it's all right.
Yeah, you said 1,000 in the first week.
I said 1,000. Hey,
I knew it would be that.
You almost had 30,000 followers on Instagram. I thought 1,000 was like pretty good.
It's been weird though, because like I think I've been talking. Maybe I haven't mentioned it to you, but like I noticed like most of January, like my numbers really dropped. Like I went from like, posting something and getting like 1,500 likes to getting like 200. And it happened all month long. And it was just like, I usually don't really look at that kind of stuff, but I just noticed it because I noticed it wasn't as busy as it usually is. Like, it's like usually like I'll post a picture and like my phone like lights up and will stay lit up for the next like 3 hours just because like I just constantly have notifications coming in. So I just noticed that it wasn't doing that anymore. Right. And like all of a sudden now in the last like I don't know week, it's suddenly just kind of like picked up again, and it's just like back to normal. Like weird.
I don't know. I mean, I definitely find Instagram very weird just because of how much like spam you get. But like everything I post, I get a comment that's like promote it on blank, and I'm like, why am I getting this? Why?
I have a friend who always just goes and like tries to start chats with those.
Well, I've had a few that's like messaged me privately and was like, hey, would you be interested in promoting like whatever? And unless when I message them back, it's all bullshit, and I know it's bullshit. So I just
anytime I get like that, I just ignore it. I'm just like,
yeah, well, I generally do too. Eventually, they're gonna steal my Instagram account, and I'm just gonna be, but whatever.
Imagine I come on here live with you, and you're made out of like clips of multiple different like episodes.
Yeah, it would be. It's a customs might match you with a Russian person now because I got hacked. So I also finished Schitt's Creek.
Oh yeah, how'd you like it?
It was good. I really liked the last season.
Me too.
I watched the like making of thing that they put on it. I don't know. It was on Netflix as well.
Right after. Right?
Yeah, it made me tear up, man. I was like,
man.
it was really emotional.
I told you it was a good.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I really liked it. It's a really good sitcom. I mean, it's not top tier sitcom for me, but it's definitely worth watching. It's definitely got some really funny moments and really well acted, really heartfelt. So I dug it a lot.
Too. We've rewatched it once, maybe twice. But yeah, we like.
I'll give it a couple years, but I'll definitely go back to it one day.
Yeah, that's pretty.
It's
cool.
a good 20-minute show that, like, while you're doing something else, you can pop it on, and you don't have to fully pay attention to it. You can fucking. Yeah, it's just an easy watch where, like I'm also watching a couple other shows where it's a lot more, you got to give it 100% attention, and it's long and it's meaty and it's really dialogue heavy. And
that's
it's
what
like,
she said. Damn.
It's meaty and heavy. Yeah. Not sure. But yeah, no, I really liked it. I recommend it for anybody that hasn't checked out Schitt's Creek. It's worth a watch. It gets better as it goes. So if you're not digging it right away, just give it a little bit of time. Season 2, season 3, it's short enough where you can get through a season if you want to binge it in a day. Like it's 20-minute episodes, 12 episodes a season. So it's
I think the first few are a little more, aren't they? Like 14 or something.
It might be 14. I can't remember, but it's quick enough where like you can watch the whole season in a span of 3-4 hours. So
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I recommend it. It's good. It's all on Netflix, at least in Canada. I just don't know about anywhere else. But.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. So yeah, I quite like Schitt's Creek a lot too. It's a good one. It's a gooder. Trying to think of what. I want to watch. So I want to kind of commit some time to watch Peacemaker finally. But before I do, I want to rewatch Suicide Squad again. So I'm going to rewatch Suicide Squad, I think, this weekend. And then I'm going to hopefully do like an episode a day or an episode every couple days or something.
Do it, man. It's worth it.
Start getting through it. So
it's funny, man. It's really, you'll have a good laugh. It's a good.
Yeah, I know I will. I know everything I've heard about it. And again, I know you really like it and Elvin really likes it. And it's just like, so yeah, like I hear nothing but good things, so I know I like it, especially because I like Suicide Squad.
No, it's very funny. It's a good laugh after work. If you had a stressful day at work or anything like that, you need a laugh. I guarantee you, every episode will give you a laugh at some point. It's worth the time.
Great. I definitely like I like his style of comedy. So
yeah, John Cena's great in it, and the whole supporting cast is awesome. Too. Yeah. BC Sasquatch Man says, I started watching Love is Blind and it makes me want to head dive into a tree. So I'm going to say I also have watched Love is Blind. I just finished the second season.
What is that?
That show, you don't know that show at all?
No. I know the name, but I don't know what it is.
It's a dating show on Netflix. Basically, the concept is whatever it is, like 15 men and 15 women all go into a house, but they don't see each other at all. And basically they're in two separate sides of a room where walls in between them, but you can see like silhouette through the wall, but you can't really like see the person. You just basically talk through the wall, and you're supposed to find romance through a wall without physical attraction.
Weird.
So just talking, finding out about them, blah 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 blah, and then so you like kind of like speed date it, and then you pick who you like the most, and before you ever see each other, you propose to get married. And
What?
yeah, so you basically you decide who you want, and then you propose, and you're engaged. You leave the house without ever seeing each other. You're engaged, and then they send them on a vacation together, to like Mexico for a week, and you spend a week in like paradise together, having never have seen each other in person. And
Weird.
then they move in together for the next week, and they live together in like an apartment in like Chicago or wherever. Just to see how it is living with each other. And then the next week is their wedding. And at the wedding, you have to decide whether or not you actually want to get married or not. Like that's your last shot at like, all right, this isn't working out, whatever. Not everybody finds love. Like out of the 14 people, there's usually like, 5-6 couples or whatever that actually like propose and try this. But,
Interesting.
It gave me almost zero hope in humanity for the rest of my life. Like, So I watched all of that, and then a friend was like, well, if you watch that, you should watch The Bachelor. And I'm like, all right, I love reality television. I will give The Bachelor a shot. And that made me want to head dive into a tree, because that is, it is way worse than Love is Blind. Like, it's the worst of humanity in a dating show. I was like, no wonder I'm fucking single. If this is what women are looking for in a man, if this is how women date now, I'm screwed. It's ridiculous. It's like the one girl honestly was just like, oh, I'm like 25 and I'm a virgin. I don't believe in sex before marriage and all this shit. And then she sees The Bachelor and she's like, yeah, I think I'd have sex with him. And I'm like, you don't even know the guy. You just meet him and he's hot. And so you're just giving up on all your morals because he's a hot guy? Like, I was just like, oh, forget it. I hate these people. And it's very, very cringy. Very cringy. Like some of the like guys and girls in the shows are like saying some like shit that I'm like, I don't know if that pickup line has ever worked on anybody in the history of time. Like what it's doing. It's really bad, but
I don't really do well with reality TV that much.
I can't help it. Like, it's like watching a car crash.
Hook, line, and sinker, man.
It's cringy at times, but it's also like I like the more like competitive shows where there's actually like challenges and stuff like that. That's what really compels me about it. But like shit like Survivor and whatever. But the challenge, Survivor, so on and so forth. But I like the game side of it where it's like you're thinking 3 moves ahead. It's a chess match. It's competitive. It's strategy, and then it's also competitive in like a physical way. And that's what compels me about it. But it's a car crash television, man. It's just watching like a bunch of terrible people do terrible things to each other, and it's entertaining.
Yeah. I don't know. It just doesn't. But I guess it's different for me. And like I said, now it's like for me to sit down and actually commit to something, like it has to be good for me to do that. So yeah. The only thing I did watch is this week, me and Kate watched the last season of Broadchurch. Because it comes off Netflix March 4th. So I was like, we got.
Oh, you had to finish it, yeah. So you finished it?
So we finished it tonight. Yeah.
Is it good?
It was okay. I didn't dislike it. It just the first season was the best.
That's the season I watched, and then I fell off it. So
yeah, the first season was the best, and then the second season was like, it was kind of like they were bringing up an old crime, so like I didn't really have that much of attachment to it because like they only kind of lightly glazed, like kind of touched on it the first season, and then like they followed the first season's case like in court, and I was just like, I hate defense attorneys. This makes me like want to fucking kill people. I just fucking it just got my blood boiling, and I was just like, yeah, I fucking hate this. I can't watch this.
Yeah.
And then this new one was like basically mostly like new case, but it was just like, I don't know. It was like the twists are never like really that good to me. Like it's just like, oh, it wasn't the 3 people we've assumed it was going to be. It's this person that we never would have thought of, and it's like, okay, like I don't care. Like that guy, he's been here for like 2 minutes. Like, who fucking cares?
That's why I fell off like all crime shows, like scripted crime shows, not true crime shows. It's like CSI and like Law and Order and all those shows. Like I love that. I love court stuff. I love all that stuff. I find it super interesting. But it's always like they introduce you like the husband or the wife or the brother or like the ex-girlfriend, and you're like, oh, it could be them. Oh, it could be them. And it's like, no, it was the neighbor that was in one scene, and that's a background character that you never could have thought. And I'm like, okay, great.
Yeah, see, it's just, it doesn't, I don't know. It just didn't do anything for me. I was like, yeah, okay. But at least I like the characters, but
yeah.
It wasn't enough to really make me be like, yeah, now that we're done with it, I'm like, cool, let's watch something new. Yeah,
sure, totally. BC Sasquatch Man asks, are you guys interested in the Lord of the Rings show? And the answer is no.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. Yeah, I'm not a Lord of the Rings guy.
I'm not either. I'm not a fantasy guy at all. I'm not into that shit. Like
in theory,
Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, all that shit. I'm not into. So there's nothing for me.
I should like it because in theory, it's a lot of world building and story over like multiple stories, like one overarching story, which is the kind of shit I love. But like, I mostly like dislike fantasy. Like I like sci-fi fantasy, but I don't like medieval. Like I don't care about dwarves and orcs and elves.
Me too. That's me.
Knights. Like
I need a sci-fi aspect to it.
I don't mind doing that kind of stuff for customs because it's fun. It's detail.
Yeah.
But it's not really my thing. So
the only real fantasy thing I like enjoy of recent, at least recently, was The Witcher. I love the game, and I got into the Netflix show. The Witcher's great, but I mean, I'm generally just not really super into fantasy in any way. The Lord of the Rings movies, I basically would relate to Clerks 2. It's just a lot of walking.
Yeah, me too.
It's kind of boring. I don't really care about the characters. It was like 10 hours of a movie that could have been done in two hours. Like it was just like, hey, we're just walking here and then we're walking there, and I was like, all right, well, whatever.
I get it for what it is, like, but it's just not for me. That's all. Like it's
same, totally. I'm not judging anybody that likes that shit, but
like mundane story to us is rich for them, right? But it's just like because it doesn't appeal to me, it's just like, I don't really care.
No, but it's I mean that's anything, right? Like we like Star Wars. There's tons of people that would like, oh, Star Wars sucks. I would never get into Star Wars. It's
you don't even have to leave it that broad. Like you love Star Wars, but you won't even look at Star Wars Rebels because it's animated. It's just not your thing. You don't like animated shit, and it's regardless of how good it is, you're not going to be able to dig into it because you are going to automatically start by disliking the stylistic look of it.
Yeah, no, totally. Have you seen Sasquatch Man? It says I can't do Harry Potter, so I get it. And I like Harry Potter, but I've never read the books. Like I just know the movies, but I'm not into it enough where I'm like, oh fuck yeah, I got to pick up these books. But I'm into it enough where I'm like, I can get down with some Harry Potters for the next hour, 2 hours, whatever.
Harry Potter is one of those things that if Kate likes it, and if she wanted to watch it, I would watch it. But like, I also don't really give a shit. I would never put it on myself ever.
Sure,
but
no, I mean, it's like anything, right? It's an acquired taste. If you're into the world building and you're into the characters, and you're hooked, and they got you. And I wish the Lord of the Rings show all the best. I hope it's great for all the people that want it. Like that's awesome. But I read the Lord of the Rings books in high school. I read The Hobbit. I didn't watch all the Hobbit movies because I didn't understand why a 300-page book was getting turned into 9 hours of film. But it's fine. It's not for me, but I'm glad people dig it. I hope it's great. Same with the Halo show. Like I played all the Halo games, but the show does nothing for me. I have no interest in watching the Halo TV show.
I watched the trailer by accident because it was my ad for one of my YouTube videos I was watching.
Yeah.
But
it looks fine, but it didn't look like, I don't know. It didn't look like a compelling TV show to me. I was just like, there's nothing in this. I was like, oh fuck, this is a must watch. I was just like, it looks like Halo.
Yeah. I was just like, I don't really Halo, so they're talking in a foreign language to me. It's just like, I don't know. I don't really care either. Yeah,
you're not a gamer, so you're not really into that aspect of it.
No.
I'm going to make you watch when the The Last of Us comes out on HBO, I'm definitely going to make you watch it because I think you'll dig it.
I'll watch that. It sounds like a good concept. So if that comes out as a TV show, I'll watch that. It'll give us something to. Oh, cool. Then we can do it on the show too. So then it's
2023, but yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. All right. So what else? What else did I watch here that we can talk about? The Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.
You messaged me and said that it made you think of me. I was like, oh, so romantic.
Yeah. Well, I remember. I think it was the second time I went and seen you in Vancouver. I brought some movies with me, and one of them was I think like 2014's Texas Chainsaw.
It's a good one.
It was really bad, if I remember correctly.
The one with Jessica Biel?
No. After that.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember that. Oh, wait, yes, maybe I do remember that.
It wasn't a good movie.
No.
All I remember.
The Jessica Biel one's good. I like that one.
Yeah, it's really, really fucked up and gory, those movies, but the Jessica Biel one's good. The new one's fine. I mean, it's getting terrible reviews. Everybody's shitting on it. Like, I'm not saying it's like, oh, fuck, Oscar worthy, like, let's go. But, I don't know. It's a fine horror film. It's goofy. It's silly. It's cheesy. Its dialogue isn't great. Like, it's not like terrifying or like, you know, I wouldn't give it like a 10 or a 9 or anything like that. Like, it's fine. Yeah. It's a solid 6.5, 7 movie. Like, if you're looking for a horror film to watch, like, it wasn't like, fuck, don't watch this. It's terrible. Like, it's 85 minutes, I think. It's a quick watch. It's got some gory shit in it, and it's fine.
It's fine.
I recommend it. If you're looking for a horror film, sure. There's not a lot of great horror out there anymore. It's not great, but it's fine. It'll give you an hour and a half of, you know, something to do.
Yep. There you go. I guess I could talk about this since it's kind of pop culture related. So this is something that NECA, the company that does those Ninja Turtles toys.
Oh, Elf.
An ultimate Elf figure. So he's fully movable, and he comes with alternate hands, the fun shirt. He comes with the cat sandwich.
Cat sandwich. That's great, dude.
I know, right?
So are you buying that?
Yeah, I already ordered it.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I know you love Elf.
I'm a big Elf fan. I love it.
I remember when you bought all the DVD seasons.
Love them. I love them. They're so good. Season 1 in particular is great. And then, like, as they get going, it's like, I found it's like Community. Like, as it continues down the list, like, into the deeper seasons, it's just like, it becomes a parody of itself almost. And it's like, but there's some great ones. Like, I think I made you watch the one where he eats cotton and he gets super baked when he eats cotton.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
And he, like, is, like, eating the couch cushion. And he's like, rip a piece off and pass it around.
I love Elf. Like, I watched Elf growing up. Like, I was into it as a kid. Like, I didn't really understand, like, exactly what was happening because I was really young. I was probably, like, 4 or 5 when it came out. But, was it, like, 88 or 89?
Yeah. Might even have been earlier than that.
So I probably caught it, like, midway through its run then because I was born in 85. So
but six seasons or 7 seasons? I can't remember. I think it's maybe 7? 6
I don't know. I couldn't tell you for sure. But I was into it when it came out, and I always thought it was funny. So I like Elf. Yeah. But apparently everybody that worked on Elf hated it. So
yeah, I haven't heard great things. Hey, have you ever heard of the channel Toy Galaxy?
No, I don't think so.
You should check it out. I think there's a lot of shit on there you'd be into. He basically covers like stuff from when we were kids, like what we would have been watching Saturday morning cartoons. And he does like a 20-minute video, and like usually in the middle he'll stop and put like a commercial from the toy line back in the day. Like, it's not actually about toys. He usually talks about, you know, this kind of stuff, right? But it's like he did one recently on Elf, and like he talks about like everything that would basically be considered like canon in that universe, because apparently there was like another thing that played, I think, like 5 years after it went off the air, and like it was basically the continuation of from the end of how. Do you know how that series ended?
Didn't he? I don't remember. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
He gets taken by the government. That's how it ends. It ends with Elf getting caught, and then like it gets left up in the air. That's how it ends. Yeah.
Were they planning on another season, or they knew that was the end?
Yes, so they were planning on doing another season originally, and then it got canceled because like whatever was the ratings were going down or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
And then like they picked it up. Like I think it was like 4 years or 5 years after in like a primetime special, and it was the family wasn't in it. It was just Elf, and he basically gets off of Earth and like goes back to Melmac.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I didn't even know that existed.
yeah, it's crazy. So
I've got to grab my dog. Or I'm gonna go.
Yeah, that's cool. Little Finny Finn. So yeah, trying to think of what else I've been watching.
All right.
Little Finny.
No, I how did we get on Elf? I don't even remember now. The action figure you showed me.
Yeah,
So you bought that action figure?
Yeah, it's pre-ordered, so it doesn't come out till September, I think.
I'm excited to see it. That looks awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he looks good. I think I don't know how big he's going to be. I hope he like scales appropriately with my figures. Like, I hope he's not 7 inches. I hope he's like 4 inches or something. That'd be cool. In fact, if I could put him in with stuff,
yeah,
that'd be great. He can go and hang out with Deadpool and Wolverine.
I want a life-size Elf.
That'd be sick.
That would be so sick.
I'd probably buy that if I'm being honest.
Yeah, same. Did you finish Murderville?
I did finish Murderville. It's very funny. The Camille Nanjiani episode, though, is still
it's the best one. Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I did finish it. Yeah, it was fucking hilarious. Oh my god. The last few episodes were better. It sucks because the one I was looking forward to the most was Conan's, and I actually thought his was probably like one of the least funniest ones. There's a couple of parts in it that I found.
Totally disagree. It's my second favorite one.
Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't. Maybe I need to watch it again.
I loved it. Camille's is definitely the best, but Conan and
Ken Jeong's is pretty.
Ken Jeong's is awesome. Yeah,
there's a few times where he just like openly just breaks. He doesn't even try to stop.
yeah. Ken Jeong's is awesome. It's really funny. I don't know. I loved it. I'm way higher on it than you are. I thought it was really funny.
Yeah, maybe I'll watch it again eventually. So I still need to finish up Always Sunny too. So I still have like 2 seasons to catch up. Dude.
It's great, man. I started watching that last one, Laughing show.
Oh yeah,
so we kind of talked. It's on Prime too. It's funny. It's not like awesome funny. Like, I wasn't like dying laughing or anything.
Right.
It's got some moments that definitely made me chuckle. Like, Tom Green is fucking hilarious in it, but it's got a lot of like good Canadian comedians in it, and basically the concept is they're all put in a room together for, I think it's 6 hours or 8 hours, and if you laugh, you get a yellow card first, and then if you laugh again, you get the red card and you're out of the house. So the last one standing gets, I think, $100,000 for their charity. And basically it's just a bunch of comedians in a room trying to fuck with each other to make the others laugh. So it's got some really funny moments. But
does the series cover like the 6 hours they're in the room, or like how's that work? How's time work in this?
It varies per episode. Like, each episode is about 30 minutes long, and like some of the episodes cover like 30 minutes in the room, and then others are like an hour and a half in the room. It's cut just like to make it more exciting, basically. Right. So like, not everything's obviously showing. Obviously, there's some downtime. It's more showing in like it's building up to somebody getting out of the house kind of thing or whatever, right? So,
gotcha.
I think it's only 6 episodes long, so I think the last 2 episodes are next week. But
okay, cool.
It's funny. It's definitely worth checking out. It's funny. There's some good bits in it, but it's not like
some good old
bits. If you're expecting to like fucking cry laughing, it's probably not going to meet your expectation. Yeah.
I keep going down like whose line is it anyways? Right, because the one night I did it, now I'm getting served all these videos for it in my YouTube algorithm. Yeah. So it's like in all my toy stuff randomly, there's like Ryan Stiles and Colin Mockery stuff.
Yeah, Colin's on last one laughing. He's very funny.
Yeah, he's hilarious, man. I always get a kick out of him.
Yeah. He looks the exact same. The guy he never changes. He just looks the exact same always.
It's true. pretty
so
funny.
weird. Yeah, he's very funny. He's very good.
What day are you seeing Batman?
Friday.
Friday. So I'm gonna see it Thursday. I was gonna do it Wednesday. I could get tickets. Then I was like, I have Lip Wednesday. I'm not gonna miss that. Got good momentum right now. So
it's sold out here too. Like the one showing was already sold out when I went to get tickets, and then the one I got tickets for, there was only like 25 seats left in the entire thing. So it's probably sold out now. It's not. I don't even have great seats, but I just didn't want to sit in a shitty theater. So
yeah, I got D-box seats. Woo!
I don't like D-box, so
I love D-box. It's so
I know
fun.
I don't want to move while I'm watching a movie. Yeah,
it's especially fun in like space stuff, like Star Wars. Man, Star Wars is the funnest.
It makes me motion sick though. Like I get motion sick so easy. Yeah, I don't like it. No,
it's the best.
But yeah, so I won't be home till like almost midnight our time anyway. I think it's at 8. I want to say 8:20 show. So I'll probably be home by like 11.
Nice. I go. I think 6:20 on Thursday. So
cool. I'm excited, man. It's a 3-hour movie, so
that's great. Yeah, I'm excited to see it. To be honest, I think it looks really good. So yeah.
I'm excited
to see Robert Bat play Batman.
Robert, what?
Robert Pattinson. I'm excited to see him play.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not familiar with Robert Pattinson. I haven't seen the Twilight movies. Like, I don't know him really from anything other than those, and I haven't even seen those. So, everybody bitching about his casting and everything. It was just like, well, I don't know the guy, so I can't really judge him on anything. But
that's good for you though, because you'll get to go.
Yeah, totally.
But he is a good actor. He is a good.
All the trailers, I love his Batman so far. So I'm like, yeah, I'm in, man.
I think he's gonna kick ass. I think he's gonna be good. I always think back to when Heath Ledger got cast as Joker, and everybody like immediately dismissed him based on his history.
Yeah,
it's just like he ended up being like the best superhero movie
villain
actor like ever. Like out of everything ever, he still to me is the best.
There's a lot of rumors about this Batman movie too, that it's setting up a bigger universe and everything like that. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'm
okay with that as long as the story doesn't focus on that. Like,
no,
that's the thing is they need to go in gracefully. Like, you're welcome to like set up leads, but like you don't need to make them obvious, because you don't need those leads until you get to that story. So like, don't put yourself in a box. Like, make a mention of something. You don't need to like put all your cards on the table first movie.
Well, and it's not a part of the DCEU, right? So it's
right.
It doesn't have that have to build towards Justice League thing or anything like that. Like, it can build a Batman world and just live in its own Batman world, and I think that's the best probably choice. Like,
damn well if this Batman movie does good, then Robert Pattinson's going to be in the Flash movie.
Guaranteed that somehow, some way, if this movie does bonkers numbers, that Robert Pattinson will be in the Justice League 2 or whatever the fuck they end up doing with that DCU.
Well, I mean, as soon as the Flash, because the Flash right now is doing the same thing that Multiverse of Madness is, right? It's bringing in all these people from the old movies and stuff. So
yeah, Flashpoint.
Yeah,
alternate Earths, all that stuff. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
No, I don't know. I mean, the DCU is a fucking mess, so they can do whatever they want at this point. With Flashpoint is their chance to fix the DCU, so hopefully it will.
All I'm going to say is I feel bad for them, because Multiverse of Madness has tons of hype going into it, even amongst casual viewers, it seems, which is crazy to me, because it's just such an out there thing.
Well, I think it's more hype for X-Men shit than it is for Doctor Strange.
I don't think that with casual fans. I don't think casual fans are in the loop on that as much.
I think a ton of casual people that have not been like fucking out to see every Marvel film, as soon as they heard that it's gonna bring X-Men back into it, I think a lot of people got reinterested in MCU.
Maybe. I guess we'll see. The thing is I don't think they would want to put their money in that pocket, because it's like, I don't think this is going to be an X-Men movie. Do I think we're going to see X-Men cameos? Yeah, but I don't think we're going to get any definitive answers on the X-Men in the MCU. I just think it's going to basically be our first like discussion about it. You know what I mean?
Totally.
So,
no, I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. But yeah, I'm excited.
I feel bad for DC because Multiverse of Madness is going to come out first, and then Flash is going to come out, and everyone's going to be like, "You guys basically just ripped off Multiverse of Madness."
Yeah, I mean,
and Spider-Man, and Spider-Man prior to it, even though they've been working on it for a long time, but still, it's funny. It makes me laugh.
I mean, Flashpoint's a huge part of DC. Like,
I know
it's a pillar of what they're going to do, and I mean, it was a pillar of the show too. So I definitely
the comics too.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, I definitely the casual fan is going to think like, oh, you're just ripping off Marvel, but I mean, it's just a lot of Marvel's ripped off from DC too. Like, I mean,
it's true.
You know, so
I just mean like in not necessarily even looking at it as like ripping it off, but more just like this is what you're coming to the plate with. Like Marvel just did this twice.
I know. I mean, I hope it's great. I really hope that.
I hope it is for them, but it just to me makes me laugh because I'm just like, it just shows like that even if this is a hit for them, like their focus is only on one thing. It's not about making a good movie. It's about trying to like capitalize on
universe
property. They can, like
the universe building. They want a universe.
It's just like it makes me laugh because it's just like, oh my god,
yes. They built it wrong, and this is their chance to fix it. And hopefully, Flash is great. I would love it if it was awesome. I think Ezra Miller doesn't look that great as Barry, but all right, we'll see where it goes, and I don't know. We'll go from there. I mean, I hope it's a great movie. I always hope every movie's great because more great movies makes me happy. So,
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Speaking of great movies, I just finished watching Licorice Pizza.
How was it?
It was really, really good.
Nice. That's who's in that. That's
Alana Haim from the band Haim, whatever you pronounce it.
That's right.
I can never pronounce that word, but yeah, she's one of the musicians in the band Haim, and she's the lead actress in this movie. And then there's tons of people in this movie. Like it's directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, so it's a very story-driven, dialogue-heavy, movie. But really good, really, really well acted, really cool story, very reminiscent of other Paul Thomas Anderson movies. And I recommend it.
What other movies? What other movies? I know that.
Boogie Nights and Inherent Vice and fuck, I can't think right now.
I don't know either. I mean, I know Boogie Nights, but not well enough.
If you haven't watched Boogie Nights, you got to watch Boogie Nights.
I've watched Boogie Nights a few times.
Yeah,
it's just not one of those things that like I remember the style of anything. Like I remember what it was, but that's about it.
It's just era heavy, like dialogue driven. Like it's not Tarantino-esque because it's not like as brutal or gory or action filled like as a Tarantino movie generally, but it's just like very dialogue driven, story driven.
Gotcha.
He did There Will Be Blood, The Master. I don't know if you've seen either of those. And
no,
Phantom Thread, this is his last movie, and then now Licorice Pizza.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, it was good. It's really solid, really well acted. I recommend it.
I also recommend it.
You haven't seen it yet?
Okay, then I don't recommend it.
No, don't recommend it. Don't be a shill, all right? Don't be a big shill for Big Corp. The last thing on my list that I watched that I'll get out of the way now is Euphoria Season 1.
Oh, yeah, Kate's watching that.
It's a really fucked up show.
Yeah, she said that too.
How to explain the show? If you nothing about the show, Zendaya is the lead actress in it you'll know her from MJ is in the Spider-Man movies. She plays like a young high school age like kid that's a drug addict. She like basically she's like the narrator of the show, and it's basically like the people within her life and how they all kind of spiral out from her addiction, and like other kids in higher high school and people she's dating, and it's very like present day high school life, and that's the most like terrifying part of it. It's like we lived in a time where social media wasn't a part of our high school, like it wasn't around yet. We had ICQ and like messenger services and shit like that.
ICQ, MSN.
Well, we did, but like we didn't have like social media. Like we didn't have
I agree.
Facebook or a Twitter.
It really wasn't until MySpace.
Yeah, and that was like what, the end of high school, or
that
probably
was like
after.
Days. Yeah, that would have been end of high school going into college for us.
Yeah, like 2004 or 5 maybe. So we were done high school by that point. So we didn't have to deal with all that stuff. And like a lot of the show is like high school age kids having sex on camera and like nudes getting leaked to other kids and like all that kind of stuff, like gender rights and being gay, being straight, transgender people, like all kinds of different sexualities and how other kids deal with that. And like, yeah, it's just very like, God damn, I'm glad I went to high school when I went to high school, because this is so much to deal with. And there's like so much drugs going on and kids doing like ecstasy and fucking all this shit. And it's just like, the show is fucked up. There's so much nudity. It's the most nudity I've ever seen in a show.
Oh, really? Damn, that's crazy.
There is dicks constantly, just dicks, flying dicks everywhere.
There are dicks everywhere.
And I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, just fucking, they go into the football team's locker room and everybody's just got their dick out. And I'm like, okay.
Like, great dick, though.
Yeah, well done, sir, but why do you need to see it? Yeah, it's a really weird show, but I just finished the first season. Like, I guess they did 8 episodes and then COVID hit. So they did like 2 interstitial episodes because they knew it was going to be a long time between seasons. And then, so I watched those 2 episodes, and then there's the season 2 out now. And those 2 middle episodes that they did between seasons is some of the best television I've seen in a long time. Like, it is so well written and so well acted that I'm like, Zendaya is going to win fucking mad, like Emmys, Oscars, whatever the fuck they give out for shows, for that show, because she is incredible in it. Like, she's superb in it.
I've caught a few scenes of her like going off, and it's like, yeah, I'm like, holy fuck, man.
Yeah,
it's fucking giving her.
There's a whole episode where she's just talking to her like drug sponsor in a
AA meeting.
No, like in a restaurant. Basically, they're just sitting there, and she's talking to him about being a drug addict and stuff. And the whole episode is an hour long. It's basically them two just sitting across from each other having dialogue, and it's so fucking good. It's so well written and like well acted and like emotional and compelling. And it was just like, my eyes were glued to the screen for the entire hour, and it was just 2 people talking in a restaurant. Like, it was awesome.
Yeah, Kate's really liking it, so she's
really good. Really good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's nice. So is there only the one season then, or are they waiting for another season? Okay.
I haven't watched the second season yet. It's 8 episodes. I think it just ended, or it's ending like this week. Like, there's one episode left of it that's not out. So gotcha. I'll be able to catch up on that as it airs pretty much.
Nice.
But yeah, it's really good. I really recommend it.
That's dope, man. That's real nice.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck, what are we gonna talk about next week?
Batman.
Then
the next week, I don't know.
At least that gives us a little bit of time. Hopefully my work will fuck off for a little bit, but it's not really fucking off right now, so.
Like I said, wait, starting OnlyFans, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Just call me Cucumber Cliff.
Remember to ring that bell.
That's funny.
So yeah, that's all I got. That's all I watched this week. So I don't know if you got anything else. We can end it here if you want.
What else do we have? Join me on Wednesday for Whip Wednesday Live on YouTube. And if anybody wants to give a hand, give a hand.
Give a hand. Give a hand and Cucumber a Cliff.
My edibles are kicking in, so I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers by Monday. So right now I am close-ish. I'm 86 still.
The link's in your Instagram profile, right?
The link is in my Instagram profile, or it's on my webpage.
Okay, so
www.customsbymatthew.com. But the reason I want to get to 100 is because apparently when you get to 100 subscribers, you get a unique YouTube name. Like you can get /Customs by Matthew.
yes, and you can start. I think you can start getting ads on your videos.
I already
for
have ads
profit.
on my videos. The other night I was trying to go on to like look at something, and I got fucking served an ad, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, so I don't know. I know you have to hit a certain subscriber count and hours watched to get monetized and stuff on YouTube, but
I think it's 1,000 hours, and I think it's
100 followers too. But
is it just 100 followers?
I might be wrong. I looked into it when I first started the podcast, and it was like, yeah, it's not. I'm not ever going to hit that number, so that's fine. Whatever. But
well, I even look at like Alvin, right? Alvin puts in so much on his, and he put out so much content. I mean, it's good though. I'm starting to see his channel grow more, right? But it's like I know his big push is like he really wants to get to 1,000 subscribers. I think he's at like 600 or something, maybe, but I can't remember exactly.
Well, definitely go follow at Customs by Matthew on Instagram or YouTube or his website or like his photos. Go to his house and send him mail, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, do that. Make sure you come right on by. Just knock on my door. Hi, Billy's here. Hello.
You don't want breakfast?
That's funny.
Yeah, no, I'm glad to see you doing well over there, man. I watched your video today and it's great. And your lives on Wednesday are always a fun time to hang out with people of your community. So
yeah, man,
I recommend people checking it out.
There's been a few people who have kind of been coming back constantly, so it's been fun to have that. It's nice. We got graced by my friend Craig Warwick, who's a customizer supreme, and it was pretty cool have him jump in there. And
yeah, man.
Yeah, but
when you come down, we'll do switch maybe for that week on YouTube or something like that, and see how that goes.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We can toy around with it and see what we can figure out.
Definitely.
You need to use a laptop though. You can't use your phone for it. It's the only thing that sucks.
I have a laptop, but yeah, I definitely don't have like two laptops where I can do your fucking crazy setup. But
you wouldn't really. Well, I guess you could if you had like if you were going to do Lego builds.
Yeah, that would be the only part I would use it for. But like, I'm kind of shocked that you can't tie your phone into it too. Like,
yeah, I looked. You can't. You can do 2 cameras per computer, but you have to pay like a significant more for like a pro account. So it's like. So right now, like I use 2 computers. I have like my work laptop set up, and then I have my other one set up, and then I have like these like bendable arm things that I made that can like.
Yeah. It's very well done, sir. Look at you.
Yeah, on a little clip. It's pretty good.
Fucking modern day Bob Vila over here.
That's right, man. Just call me. I'm just building. What is that joke with Dave Chappelle? These old nuts or whatever. Remember when doesn't he talk about like Botoxing his balls or something like that? And he's I'm like Bob Vila. These old nuts or whatever.
These old nuts. Yeah.
I'm cleaning them up.
Chappelle.
So good.
Yeah, buddy. All right, well, that's it for this episode. Next week will be the Batman spoiler cast, so be prepared for that because it will be spoiled. So we'll give our brief thoughts on it before we spoil the shit out of it. So if you want to just come by for that, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
And
you want to come by and just hang out at the beginning where we talk about what we watched, and then we'll dive into spoilers, and then
we'll give you a warning before we dive into spoilers.
Yeah, and we'll just ruin it for you. So stick around.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, follow us at Customs by Matthew and at Boost Milk Media. Our art is done by Janie Milne Art. You can get the podcast on Spotify, YouTube, fucking Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your fucking podcast. It's there probably. If it's not, message me and I'll try to figure it out. I'm an idiot though, so who knows? And yeah. That's it for this week. So I hope you come by next week and join us for Batman. Thank you, buddy.
Peace out, my friend.
See you.